Okay, I restarted the stream. Now I hit stop streaming and then start streaming, but down here in the corner, it still says disconnected, reconnecting in 8 seconds, even though I manually disconnected and then reconnected. So now if something bad happens, okay, what's happening? Anything? Dude, software is such fucking trash. Like, okay, we're still reconnecting in one. Oh, wait, no, it disappeared when I moved it from one monitor to the other. Okay, great. Anyway, forget it. I was just saying the same thing I say all the time. So I'm just going to put some breakpoints in here. I'm going to see if we ever even get to this function. Yeah, the All In podcast, it's good sometimes. Okay, this is interesting. So undo cursor, target 35. Okay, so wait, while it's less than target. Did I just make this backwards? I made my delta backwards. That's all that happened, I think. Although that would be a weird thing to happen, because I thought I just like transposed some code, but we'll see. Have I ranted on why Twitter needs nearly 8K employees to run it? Dude, I was ranting about that in like 2014. You can find videos of me on YouTube saying that shit 8 years ago. Hey, look, it works. Now, the whole reason that I was deferring them till that time was for beam visuals. They were flickering because we were doing stuff in the middle of the frame, right? Okay. So now, hey, they're not flickering anymore. That's better. Did I fix the charm thing yet? No. I don't know why that plant is not fucking... That's annoying. Anyway, so that's good. Now that's not the only thing we need to buffer. You know, I should rename these variables. Buffered. While manipulating the UI, and then enact that instead of buffered, end of frame undo. Yeah. See, naming is really helps things be understood, actually. while manipulating the UI, and then enact those changes at the end of the frame when it's safe. End of frame closed panel, bool, end of frame. So end of frame closed panel with escape. Okay. So now this thing, we're going to move this code down here. I think we already get this and that, yep. If end of frame closed panel with escape, then we do this stuff. So basically anything where we edit the entity state with undo data goes here. Okay. Now, so this will just set these. Easy clap. And then we need to reset these and stuff. Actually, we just need to reset this one. Because like if you close it manually, you're like, I want to leave the undo where I left it, but that could involve it. Maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. Those particles sure are going fast. That like seems like a bug that we should look at. What is going on? Okay. This is a new... Okay, something about the way that we're undoing now is causing us to be freaked out about what time it is. Then I don't recall this happening before the panel close. Now I'm also not sure... So if I do this, right, if I close with escape, we're supposed to pop back to the present, which I guess we did, but also time is messed up. Dude, that's real weird. Oh, and then I hit Z. And then, all right, well, something bad happened. Undo frame update. Undo cursor target. Okay. We're not resetting this to -1. If only we had written this in Rust, the borrow checker would have been said, you didn't set this integer to -1 at the end. Now that's probably not the only problem, to be honest, but it is one of them. This part just destroys the existing undo records. Which should in theory be fine as long as undo cursor is correct, which hopefully it is. How do you handle all the people that give you uneducated advices on how to operate your company? Oh boy. Everyone thinks they know better than you. Always the ones that have no experience actually managing a company. So this is all true, what you are saying. But it's not just about managing a company. It's fucking everything, dude. People think they're better programmers. They think they're better at game design when they've never designed a game or programmed a game. It's just the way these people are, especially in this modern age of the internet, when like people are incentivized to say dumb shit all the time. So, I mean, you just have to recognize it for what it is and just not listen to these people because it's low value information, right? Okay, so the time is still messed up for some reason. It's not that surprising. It's so weird. I have to figure that out. You know, what human beings haven't learned yet, we haven't adapted to the modern information environment, that being a dumbass has consequences, right? And now, of course, the actual trick is knowing what being a dumbass is in a given context, right? It's not very easy. People think they know and they don't actually know. But yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing. None of that talking matters. Here's the reason why. Like, there's a fundamental difference between people who say that stuff and the people they're saying the stuff to, which is the people they're saying the stuff to are actually doing things instead of just standing around saying things, right? And those of us who actually spend most of our time trying to do stuff observe this, and we don't care very much about the people who just sit around saying shit all the time because we know that what they're saying is not worth anything. They don't know that. They would like it to be worth a lot, but we know that it's not worth anything. And so the more that you are in this world of people who actively like do stuff, the more you see, it's not exactly a secret society exactly, but there's just a set of people who have this perspective clearly about what is valuable and what is not, that is very, very different from the perspective of most of the yapping people on Twitter, all right? And it's just a perspective born of trying to do stuff, seeing how hard it is to do stuff in a lot of these cases, working to get better at doing stuff, spending a large number of hours at this, and then getting talked down to by somebody who's thought about it for 10 minutes, right? It's absurd, And there's a group of people who have all been through this experience of working this hard and being criticized for it by people who sit on the couch and eat Cheetos. And yeah, like the only reasonable response is to realize that the comments from the people sitting on the couch and eating Cheetos have no value. In fact, they have negative value because they'll mess you up if you listen to them. And so, yeah, then you just move on with your life and you do what you're going to do. That's how you handle it. Now, it's not that those people don't mean well a lot of the time. So here's the thing is, you've got to realize, I mean, people have different reasons for saying these things. Sometimes they're just like ego inflation reasons. A lot of the times that's true. But sometimes they're just, they're just saying what they think is the right thing based on what they know. And the problem is they don't know. That's the real problem. Now, the real problem is I'm hitting undo and time is going haywire, which is really kind of nuts. Why am I doing this delta? Like, it is completely useless. Like, it's clearer to write the code like this. In fact, we could even flatten it out more, but I don't think it's worth that. Anyway,